Welcome to part 5 of the word game building tutorial. In this part, we're going to create a table for our words. Stay with me. As you can see, I deleted all char boxes except one. You should delete all of them too and keep only the one that has a text underneath it. Rename it to char box and drag it into the prefab folder so a prefab is created from it. Then remove it from the scene. And now create an empty game object. Name it char table and make it a child of the background. Reset the transform, then open the Game Manager code. This stores a reference to a game object's transform component. This stores a reference to a game object, usually a prefab. Save the code and go back to Unity. Prefab and char table should be assigned to the empty fields. After assigning the objects to the code, go back to the code to write the logic for displaying the tables in Unity. Create a new method for char table and name it whatever you want. In short, this loop goes through every character or element in databank one by one. Declare an int variable named charIndex and assign it the length of databank. This line creates a new game object by instantiating the char's prefab's prefab at the position of char's table.transform with no rotation and sets char's table as its parent, then stores it in OBJ. Save the code and go back to Unity. The code doesn't run because we haven't defined it anywhere. Go back to the code and call the function inside the start method. Save the code and go back to Unity. Run the game. As you can see, 8 boxes are created for us because in the Level 1 databank there are only 8 letters. Now, to sort the boxes, we need to create an empty game object. Make the letters of the first word children of the first object, the letters of the second word children of the next object, and continue this way. Creates a new empty game object in Unity and stores it in the variable chars. Sets the game object's name to chars followed by the value of I, for example, chars 0, chars 1, etc. Makes chars a child of chars table in the hierarchy, and false keeps its world position, rotation, and scale unchanged after parenting. This line sets the parent of OBJ's transform to chars's transform in Unity. Save the code and go back to Unity. Run the game. As you can see, 3 tables have been created because in Level 1 there are only 3 words for the answer. Under each table, boxes have been created equal to the number of letters in each word. After the boxes are created, now we need to place each box in its own specific position so that, unlike now, they don't overlap on top of each other. Create a new empty object as a child of char table and name it char position. Go back to the code. This line creates a public variable called charPosition that holds a reference to a GameObject's transform, and you can assign it in the Unity inspector. After assigning the object we created to the charPositions field, go back to the code to define the necessary code. charPosition Y stores the vertical position value. charPosition X stores the horizontal position value. These two lines read the position of the GameObject assigned to charPosition and store its Y and X coordinates. This line of code, it moves chars vertically to match charPosition Y while keeping its horizontal position unchanged. This line increases the charPosition Y variable by 1, so it moves the Y position value 1 unit upward. Save the code and go back to Unity. As we run the game, we can see that in the Y part they moved 1 unit upward. This line of code, it moves OBJ horizontally to char's position X, while keeping its vertical and depth positions unchanged. This line increases the char's position X variable by 1, so it moves the X position value 1 unit to the right. Save the code and go back to Unity. As you can see, they move to the right, but there's still a problem. Let's fix it. This line reads the current X position of the game object assigned to char's position and stores it in the variable char's position X. Save the code and go back to Unity. Run the game, and as you can see, our table is working correctly. The only issue is that the table's position is outside the screen. To fix this problem, it's enough to adjust char's position to the correct position. Another problem we have is that our table is displayed upside down. To fix this problem, we just need to do a small change, and our problem will be solved. It's enough to change char's position Y to negative equal. Save the code and run the game. This part of the game is finished. I hope that if you liked the course so far, you'll like this video too. If you haven't joined the channel yet, please subscribe, and if you have any questions, ask them in the comments. In the next part, we're going to place the words in the empty spaces.